What was it like growing up in Alabama? And I say, it was sort of like having a preview of what hell will be like. My mother supports gay rights because of me, but she really doesn't get it, and I know that because I saw her watching a television show on gay marriage, and I heard her say out loud, "Whatever happened to the good old days when they just put on makeup and played the piano?" I'm from a very dysfunctional Alabama family, even by Alabama standards. My mom is a Christian and my dad is an atheist. And when I was a kid, sometimes my dad would go to church with us just to irritate the minister. In the middle of the sermon, he would all of a sudden yell out, "Oh, bullshit!"
Dennis Fowler is one of the hottest up-and-coming comics working today, and his political humor caught our attention.
Quick tip for comics, don't take your cell phone on stage, it'll ring.
Hyper-realistic and extremely funny are two phrases used to describe this next guy. Please help me welcome Dennis Fowler.
Okay, New York. Hello, how are you? If my knees start shaking, please overlook it. To relax before the show, I slammed a little heroin. Think I might have done a little too much. New York, I have to share something with you. I was walking past the newsstand today, and I saw the National Enquirer, and the headline said, "Rosie O'Donnell breaks the final barrier and tells her kids she's a lesbian." And that headline fascinated me because I never knew Rosie O'Donnell's kids were blind and deaf. I'm thinking that the kid's response was probably something like, "Yeah, we got it. The bowl cut and the flannel shirt with the sleeves ripped out clued us in." Oh, I kid Rosie. I recently joined a gym, and oh my God, people, I have such a dilemma. There is a guy at my gym with no legs. And I feel really awkward around him every time I see him, you know? So I tried to make a connection. I said, "Hey, Dan, working on arms again today?" Oh, it was awful. So stupid, you know? And I'll tell you something. Dan may not have any legs, but he makes up for it in upper body strength. Because he was able to hold on to that chin-up bar with one arm while lowering the other one like this. Let me tell you something. Aging is tough in West Hollywood, where 40 is the new 80. I'm not even considered old in West Hollywood. I'm considered invisible. I could run through the streets of West Hollywood in an evening gown on fire, and nobody would notice. And to be honest with you, I blame it on stereotypes. The stereotype of a gay man is 25 years old and ripped with muscle. And I'll tell you who's the perpetrator of that is Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. Do you like Queer Eye for the Straight Guy? I hate that show. That is easily the 5 most stereotypical gay men I have ever seen in my life. They might as well have just called the show The 5 Walking Vaginas. And because of these Queer Eye guys, now everybody just automatically assumes that all gay men are neat freaks. When in reality, on any given day, my house looks like the FBI just ransacked it for evidence. And the sick thing is that instead of cleaning it, I just come up with elaborate excuses for why it looks the way it does. Now, whenever I take anybody new back to my place, I open the front door and immediately scream, "Oh my God, I've been robbed!" You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. I'm Dennis Fowler.
I don't want to be skinny, so I'm going to the gym, trying to get in shape, but I'm not muscular, so I'm really insecure there. And the other day when this guy let me work in on the, the bench, the flat one, the press, the bench press. When this guy let me work in on the bench press, he said, how much weight should I take off? And I didn't want to look like a wimp in front of the entire gym, so I said, just leave it where it's at 300. And now I owe that man my life. Because the last thing I remember was him helping me take the bar off the rack and saying, should I let go? And you know, in retrospect, the answer to that question should have been no. Because when I came to on the gym floor, on my back, my throat was throbbing from 300 pounds of weight falling on it. And people were standing over me calling, should we call 911? Are you okay? Are you okay? And I was so embarrassed by the whole thing that I tried to laugh it off like an asshole. You know, I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. No, it didn't hurt. It didn't hurt. I really didn't even pass out. I was just playing with you guys. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Thank you so much, guys.